When Westworld, let's get it.
Don't be sure, tell them make sure. If not, we gon' make war. Clips say it hold 20, but I think it could take more. Grab a stick, fire on your camp, we gon' make s'mores. I ain't satisfied with my spot, then I'ma take yours. No matter how many roadblocks in my way, I'ma break forward. This path I'm on is so damn narrow, I just stay forward. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, I just ate more. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, give me 8 more. Nigga, I don't sugarcoat shit, bitch, I'm straightforward. Don't give a fuck if they don't let me in, I just break doors. Ballin' so hard, they asking what team that I play for. Scammer who? They ain't stopped making guns when they made yours. Sick with it, feeling like I woke up with stage 4. They ain't want the beast loose, what they opened up the cage for. Endure the pain, been through hard times is what I'm made for. Paid my dues, never left a wage, I just rage war. So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Still against all enemies. In high school, you was the man that's lost memory shit. Lost energy, never lost my energy. Never lose control, never losing, dog, I plan to keep. You lose your mind where I'm from, I ain't talking from what you see. I never lost soul, losing times, wasting steady pacing. You off track, I'm on that. You pray to God, hoping he can save you. But there's power about war, and that's a different angle. This another lost cause, and I'm just adding to the list. They not seeing me for that reason, got a flash on the grip. Nigga, big priest, they gon' judge me by my increase. And I'ma keep stepping in these joys to the increase. Just got off the phone with Jacob, and he said it's time to shine. Certified, blue dot, put it on you, now you verified. One Westworld, bigger than World War III. Do not sleep, it's not cheap, and it's still top 3.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Came on boats and then chains, so when I get rich, I'ma grab a boat and 10 chains with 12 ribs from each tribe. And each rib gonna have at least 3 kids. Yeah, I'ma have the deep squad. Been rapping since knee high, now a nigga shack size. Spit that holy fire, when you hear it, you get baptized. One Westworld, yeah, you niggas know the logo. And I'ma bust it down so the haters see the glow glow. Let's have a feast, let's shine on our enemies. Right in they face, let's blind all our enemies. Cause now we have, but we come from half knots. Throw that cash on the ground, my nigga, let's cast lots. I started from the bottom, birthed out of mud, raised by gangsters, turned out a thug. I ain't give a fuck, burnt out I was, from hitting licks in and out and selling nicks in the drop.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
One Westworld.
Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Handle lights and teddy bears, I'm trying to leave your block romantic. Flicking off the hip, I leave the scene looking like I'm dancing. Ain't one Westworld, best believe we not gon' stand it. Titties on a drum, the stick figure looking outstanding. Rip his top with the hands of the Lord, call that God tears. Send a spear right to the sky and watch his front tear. I'm that nigga cause I run with them niggas, so let's get that clear. Don't question who say I'm the GOAT, I tell them God did. In order to be the best, you gotta beat the best. To me that's suicide, of course I sound cocky to a glizzy eater, fuck your pride. Don't need a horoscope to see I'm a star, so fuck your sign. You can believe in anything you want, but as for me and mine, God mode. I am what I am, so let's just keep in mind. Don't wanna be like yeah, Kyrie, they wanna be like I. She said she lost until she found me, and then she found a tribe. And then I make a bout face until she called me out of wine. The weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. War time, no questions asked, we come and find you. His problems, my problems, and I'm standing behind you. Stepping with style, I'm standing on shit in my product. I take on the crowd, tell them all, throw in the towel. Half moon with a silencer, make it sound like a howl. We the shit, we about movements with a growl. Heavy is the head with the crown, when I take it I'm proud. I get the order, bring my sword back wet with a smile, nigga. I'm an Israelite rapper, nigga. Would never hit his wife, but I'll go at you. I make commitments to a gun if I'm talking about a tantrums. Nigga said he a stand-up dude, that mean we laughing, nigga. Jumped on the beat, start snapping, you leaving fractures. Red and green bean, I'm Gucci, you thinking fashion. Dad go shoot for the green, and I ain't talking St. Patrick. You screaming all lives, I'm screaming all guns matter. Keep it biblical, talking in parables, cause it matter. If I say bring Jake up, I'm talking about a ladder. He was the wave till I came with the fire, no John the Baptist. Who cared you did it first? You should be worried about who after. I'm connected in any habitat, shit I adapted. Nose job on a brand new snub is all plastic. That's why I show up the court with jeans on, I'm never slacking. You a rapper turned Israelite, I'm an Israelite rapping. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. All time, no questions asked, we come and find you. His problem's my problem. Stepping with style, I'm standing on shit of my product. I take my pride, tell them all, throw in the time. Throw in the time. Heavy is the head with the crown. When I take it, I'm proud. I get the water, bring my sword back, wait with a smile, nigga.
Yeah, how you gonna endure to the end if you're not loyal, man?
Right.
There's no way you can.
Right.
There's no way you can. Can't endure to the end unless you're loyal. All right, we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. I'm Officer 5000, Mataza Pa, be holding down tonight's class. So we can start off with any questions or whatever any questions somebody might want to have in here or in the chat. Other than that, man, we're talking about Christianity tonight, right?
My niece is walking around the house, throwing little snares.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking to one of her sons, and she said something about, she quoted the scripture, God is not mocked. Now, I know that she's a Christian, so she doesn't.
Yeah, she's mocking him right now. Mm-hmm.
So she wants to say,
oh, Salaki, yeah, this.
Something. She was like, because I'm really saved.
Yeah,
And I just giggled.
Christians are saved before they even run the race. You know what I mean? What Cap usually say, it's like two football teams coming out for, the Super Bowl, but one not coming out saying, I'm already done won. Saved. I'm good. There's no need for me to come out. That's the sentiments of like the Christian church, right? But the Christian church is so disgusting. It's like what the Christian church does is they fight against God. What they don't understand is in all the I love Jesus, Jesus is my man, I love God and all that. They really hate God. They really say them saying they love him really means the opposite, because they do exactly everything opposite of what the Bible or what God is telling them to do. Right, first we're gonna start off with Baruch 2 and what's that, 30? Somebody give me Baruch 2 and 30. When I start off right there. And for the life of me, I can't see why they would fight so hard to save the oppressor. Like, goddamn. It's written all on the walls everywhere that these people do not like you. These people hate you. They do not have your best interests at heart. And let me tell you something. You hate them. You're just afraid to say it. Right? What's going on, Hebrew, man? Chilling. Everything, Tawab. How you been?
Excuse me, sir.
Uh-huh.
Is that in the Apocrypha?
Baruch 2 and 30. In the Apocrypha. Hold on. Maybe I got that written down wrong. It's the land of their captivity. Somebody get me right with the
That's it.
Hold on. It is? Okay. Yeah, whoever got it.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
So when this verse is saying, "For I knew that they would not hear me," who's the they in here? I think I've seen the sister.
Israel.
Yeah. So it says, "For I knew that they would not hear me," right? Because it is a stiff-necked people. And so that's already giving it away who it is, because we are the most hard-headed people on earth. We still being hard-headed right now. We're still 2023. We're still being hard-headed. We're out here, the Israelites. We've been telling you since 1969, do not vote. These people do not care about you. Democrat and Republican is, two wings on the same bird. And look, let me tell you something. We continuously keep finding ways to run out there and vote, and then we get shamed you see how Joe Biden, he said, if you didn't vote for me, that you ain't black.
Right.
So if you ain't vote for me, you ain't black. So then what black people doing? Black people running out to go vote for Joe Biden because, for sure he's going to do something for us. He got to get this money that what they do every year, create what is it called? The budget. When they do the budget and they have like a $1 trillion budget, $2 trillion budget, for sure black people going to get some money up out of that. Reparations, I know we getting that. You know what he did? When that budget got passed, he gave $45 billion to Ukraine, to the war in Ukraine. And then not only did he fund the war in Ukraine, right? Which, how many people could have been fed here? How many kids could have went to college? You could have paid some of these college bills, right? So we could get some more educated people out here, right? It could have been anything, housing, all that kind of stuff. He gave it to fund a war. And not only that, it don't stop right there. If you're from Ukraine, right, and you have migrated over here from, what is it, 2000 and from like 19 or 20 to like now or something, you eligible for a $1,300 Social Security benefit. $1,300. I know my stepfather, before he died, he didn't get no $1,300. He was barely making it. You know what I mean? He died barely making it. But then yet these people can come over here and get everything in the world, right? Why? Because we're a stiff-necked people, and we don't want to listen to the men that's trying to tell you the truth, who do have your best interests at heart. You got it, Hebrew.
I don't know if you watched it, the episode with Captain Rashad on Saturday night.
I didn't get a chance to see it.
He's speaking about voting.
Yeah.
But if anybody look at this Republican named
Santos.
He lied about everything. He's not even his background. He lied on his resume. And he got in the office. People voted for him. You know what I'm saying? He said he was some kind of top investor somewhere at one of the top scholar investing companies. He lied about that. He said he was a Jew, and then he said he was. He lied and said he was a Jew. He wore the hat and everything. He was Jewish. He was Jewish, and he lied about saying he was the LGBT community. So he was playing both sides.
Oh, he trying to play. He trying to work all sides.
He stole money for veterans. You know what I'm saying? He stole. He
sounds like your typical politician.
Right. But this right here is come from voting. You know what I'm saying? And he has no political background and nothing. Making these type of decisions, and people are going out here and voting. Yeah. These type of backgrounds.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy, and you know why people like that can get in, right? It's because the average black person does not even understand politics. Most of the time, we don't even know what the hell these people even stand for, what policies they back, what organizations they're a part of, or nothing. We don't know any of that. We only voted for Barack Obama because his skin was tinted. That's it. Nobody even knew nothing about this dude. Nothing. His skin was tinted. And so I was on Clubhouse with Tazaiwan and them, so I was just listening because I was doing my homework, right? So I couldn't really do too much. But the brother was like, well, you know, if not for nothing, the imagery was that, you know, a black face was in there, whether you're African or not, you know that you can do it. Who the hell want to sit in a damn White House? That we should not be trying to teach our kids to aspire to sit there. That's foolish. The imagery. And then he kept that. That's why I said Clubhouse get on my nerves, because, you know, I think the brother was just, you know, antagonizing. You know what I mean? So, you know, it was like, if not for nothing, because the room was about Martin Luther King, and so it's like the imagery of black people going down there and doing that. If he didn't do that, that wouldn't have created the whatever these dudes was talking about. I'm like, man, this is stupid. That imagery of Martin Luther King fighting for civil rights was horrible. Why the hell would I want to that be the imagery that I see? My forefathers going down there getting dogs sicked on their nuts, the water hose, you know what I mean? The water hose blowing you over, you know what I mean? Why would I want that image? Why would I want that image? Just so they did all that and took all that them beatings just so they can eat somebody else's spit burgers. What you thought you was getting? So they thought they was going to go in there and get a hearty meal. So you sitting at the table, you see the pictures, the whole restaurant looking at you, and so you sitting in there, you know, trying to act like this devil ain't looking at you, and all these devils don't hate you. Because why? Just because you just want them to accept your money. You just want them to accept black dollars. And so you really think so you really think somebody that they was gonna cook your meal like you wanted it cooked? No, come on, man. That's freaking stupid. That was a sellout movement. So when we said that was a sellout movement, they was like, well, how could you say that? That took guts to go down there and do that. No, it did not take guts to do that. You know what takes guts? To stay separate. Right. Not to join the bully. Who joins the bully? Every time you come around, this is what the bully do. He pick you up by your ankles and turn you upside down like this and shake all your change out your pocket, right? And you know it's wrong and you don't like it. So what's the right thing to do? Punch the bully in his mouth and let him know this ain't sweet. The Christian church would rather you just come around and just give the bully your money. Just give it to him so he don't have to grab you by the ankles and turn you upside down and shake it out. Right? And that's not the spirit that's in this school, and that's not the spirit that black people should have. Period. Could you, whoever's reading, could you keep going, or can you start it from the top? The water, Hebrew.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
We're stiff-necked, don't want to listen. We don't want to hear anything. You know, we think we know everything. You can't tell a nigga nothing. Can't tell a nigga nothing, man. Well, one thing that I always knew, even before the truth, was I at least listened to people that was older than me. And it didn't matter if the dude was drunk or not, because sometimes you can find, you know, a jewel in everything that somebody says. Right. But we're a stiff-necked people and we don't like to listen to anything. Right. Go ahead.
Come on. But in the land of their captivities.
But in this land, being the main one where we're at, but in the land of our captivity. So in the UK and Jamaica and all the places that we're at. Right. Go ahead.
They shall remember themselves.
We shall do what?
They shall remember themselves.
Ain't that what we doing? Ain't that what you see? Every time you turn on your internet, you're seeing like more and more people saying that we the Israelites. Or you see entertainers starting to, you know, put fringes on at the bottom of their t-shirts, or, you know, they doing it real crypto, like real scared, like, you know what I mean? But we're starting to understand who we are. We're starting to wake up. We're in the land of our captivity and we're starting to realize who we are. Now, there's no need for anybody else here in America to realize who they are, because they all understand who they are. There's only one people that's been conquered by everybody else and who has been given these names by these other people, right? So we're starting to understand who we are. We're starting to know, like, wait a minute, we're the Israelites. We're starting to understand that we have a law that we have to follow. We're starting to understand that without us following this law, we're going to be under these same people. So that's why we do what we do. That's why we come in here, we learn, we teach, We follow the laws. We try to live by this as much as we can, right? Read on.
Verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
And shall know that I am the Lord their God.
Right. And shall know that I am the Lord. Who? Who's God?
Their God.
Their. Possessive pronoun, right? There. It's very specific. That I am their God. Not, not everybody's God who they want me to be. I'm their God. But if it was up to us, we'll be, he'll be everybody's God. He'll be everybody's God. We'll be, because, we say, look, the Lord only loves Israel. I mean, it's written all through the book. And, we have our own people who are in captivity with us that deal with the same BS that we deal with will say, nah, I mean, it's him too. How could you forget about our white brothers? How could you forget about these people? And that's simply not biblical. Read on.
For I give them
Mm-hmm.
an heart
Mm-hmm.
and ears to hear.
Right. So what does that mean? For I will give them a heart and ears to hear. Anybody? Go ahead.
I will give them a mind
Uh-huh.
and ears to hear.
So if the Bible is saying that in this place, they are going to start to remember who they are. And I'm going to give them a mind and ears so that they can hear, right? So that means that we're going to start to understand this. We're going to hear who we are, and we're going to start to understand it. I think we're just going to have to accept the fact that the Lord don't want our grandmoms and grandpops and certain people because they ain't got them ears. They don't hear nothing, man. Much as we try to talk to them, and I know we might go over to our people's house and pull out the Bible and start talking. You know what they do? That's when everybody start taking a little nap. You sit right there and fall asleep. As soon as we stop talking about the Bible, our family wake the hell up. Golly, right? You just don't even want the ears. You don't want the ears, right? I'm here right now, priest and prophet, right here in front of you right now. How many people get that luxury? I had this, you know what I'm saying? I had to, man, look, when I found the truth, I was looking up hollow earth. The walls, the 30-foot walls in Alaska. You get to the end of them, you'll fall off the earth. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. It's cool. Quit playing like y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes, that's what I meant to say. And I think I said Alaska. Antarctica. 30-foot walls in Antarctica. You fly to the edge of it, you falling off the damn edge.
Until this day, my brother-in-law brings up the flat earth. And
Yes.
I'm not trying to hear it.
Yes, like, look, man, we don't got time for that. We do not have time for that. And although I got wrapped up into that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And I thought I was like being conscious, I guess, because I was just coming out of college. I had a history class, and they started the history books in the 15th century. 15th century, right? It's the 1400s, or it was either the 16th centuries and the 1500s. So I started asking the teacher, well, what happened? Well, these other times, what happened, from the year 1 all the way up into this time? Because you just starting in, a specific. So they was pretty much like, oh, that's the Dark Ages. Well, nothing intellectual was going on and everything like that. So that answer made me start to research, because I knew that was kind of vague, right? And so that's what made me start researching. But at first on my journey, it had me wearing that damn African continent necklace, because that was like the first book you start gravitating towards, is like Afrocentric type stuff or whatever like that, so I'm walking around with these stupid beads, black, green, and red, and the I had the big joint too, you know how it'd be like the big wooden continent. Yeah, I had the big one. Thought I was stunting too. Damn, that thing was firewood. That's what it was. You got it.
It makes me remember when I was Slovakia, I was pretty much thinking the same thing, like we was African.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was telling Azal War at work about how one of my boys was having a wedding, and it was going to have like everybody wear like African stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, That's what's up, but we know we ain't African, right?
Right. My man Isaiah War.
Confused.
Uh,
And then he broke it down for me later. It stuck in my mind. And, you know, like you said, looking up all this other stuff, people have the opportunity to be right in front of a priest and prophet. They take it for granted.
You take it for granted, right? And then a lot of times I think, you know, being a priest and prophet, you can't take this shit for being, select from my language, but you can't take this for granted neither. Being able to sit in this seat and being the priest and prophet and coming to do this too, because the Lord spit you out too. So you got to be constantly in here doing work, man. Constantly in here working, constantly in here learning, or else, you know, you could be one of them ones that hear somebody say, is Christ in the burning bush? See, he said, I am that I am over here. And then how you how you thinking it's Christ in the burning bush? I'm telling you, how do you think I know? Because I was that dude, that was that fool. That, hey, was that Christ in the burning bush? Nigga, what you talking about? What? Look, where you get that from? Oh, you've been watching other Israelites. So that's when I learned my lesson quick, fast, in a hurry when I first came in here, because I didn't know that it was like a separation. I didn't know it was a separation. I first started watching ISUBK classes, but I called the other group. You know what I'm saying? I called the other group because I thought that everybody was the same. As soon as I typed it in, looked it up, that's what came up. Boom, called. But the spirit of the dude that was on the phone with me was like, I don't, you know how you could talk to somebody on the phone or something, and you could just be like, I don't know if this is somebody that somebody I would just even rock with. And that's kind of the vibe that I had got from him. I think we might have talked like maybe 2 times. It almost seemed like it was damn near begging me to come in this month. And so I was like, nah. And I finally watched one of the UPK videos because I was so quick on the draws, the zeal. So I'm watching the video. As soon as the credits come on, I'm jumping on the next joint because I'm like, oh my God. You know what I mean? I think this time I happened to maybe go to the kitchen to grab something. The credits actually started rolling this time. And I seen it was a number in Florida, called that number while I was at work. They told me in my first day. I went to go tell the dudes. It was 2 dudes at work that I was talking to. That's all we talking about. Oh, we the Israelites. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, yo, start talking about the ISUBK. I'm like, yo, I got in. They said today my first day. I'm in there, yo. I'm in there. Gave the dudes the number, and guess what? You see I'm by myself, right? you see I'm by myself. This was when I was first and only person in Daytona Beach. Now you got an officer and a trooper over there. and guess what? You go on their Facebooks now and they got the Eye of Horus and all that stupid stuff. Yeah, somehow they didn't. You know how you see somebody write a post and it'd be like, I but it'd be like EYE. Every time they use the word the letter I, they put EYE. That's what they into now. Verse 32, could you read on? We still at Baruch chapter 2 and verse 33.
Verse 30, you said verse 32?
Or 32, Salaki.
Verse 32. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. And that's not something we do. We like Christian think they praise the Lord, but they're not praising the Lord. How you praising the Lord if that's not the Lord right there? That's Caesar Borgia. That's not the Lord, right? So we supposed to be praising the Lord in the land of our captivity, not praising Christmas, not putting all this life and energy into all these other gods that are prevalent here in America and that are acceptable here. It says, and they shall think upon my name. Read on. And hold on, and if you think upon the Lord's name, understand that when I think about the Lord, right, I don't think of cookies and cakes and bubbles or nothing like that. When I think about the Lord, what scriptures pop out? It's a great and terrible
great and terrible Lord. That's the type of stuff that pops out at me. Like, huh? Yeah, man of war, great and terrible. That's the type of stuff that pops out at me. Killing people. That's the type of that's the type of God that sticks out to me. I mean, that's the one. That's the type of God I would, gladly respect. Anyway, read on.
Verse 33, and return from their stiff neck.
That's what we're supposed to do. Return from our stiff neck. Read on.
And from their wicked deeds.
Right, and from the wicked deeds that we do. But guess what? It's hard for us to turn away from them wicked deeds. You know why it's hard? Somebody tell me why it's hard for us to turn away from them wicked deeds. Think of be here in the class. Why is it hard for us to turn away from wicked deeds?
Because while being in the land of our captivity, this is what we were raised in. This is what we see around us. We follow on the oppressor, and that's how they do it. We want to be like them.
Right. We want to be like them. Give me more. It's definitely on it.
It's like, because we love our sin.
Why do we love our sin?
Pleases our flesh.
It does. But why? We're good at it. But it's being taught to us. It's being taught, like we're supposed to be, what does it say about the wicked deeds? It says we're supposed to turn away from them wicked deeds. But we're being taught that those wicked deeds are good deeds. We're being taught that eating pork is actually good. It's not nothing wrong with it. So there's nothing wrong with it. You got it.
So like I said, if I may just touching on the old swan thing, right? It's real crazy because I'm witnessing Clubhouse, and I'm witnessing another individual that sees Clubhouse different from me. They see it as a Christian, and I see how, like you said, they're really comfortable with sinning. They're really comfortable with these deeds. Like you said, they've been taught it, and now I'm watching people return back to that. And what it is they'll hear it. It sounds good to them because, like you said, they've been taught it, and then they run right to it.
Right.
I'm talking about somebody that then went back to swine.
Damn. From
How
here?
the hell you go back to eating pork?
Somebody from out of here? Somebody from out of here eating swine? Golly.
It's crazy, ain't it?
Man. I mean, but
like you said,
you can expect that.
Right, and if I may, sir,
you can expect
what you're saying is 100% true because I get a chance to talk to the individual and they're comfortable with it. That's what they've been taught, and they feel like, okay, danger or a challenge, they run back to, like you said, what they've been taught, what they're comfortable with.
Yeah, and that's just so weak.
It's weak.
It's just weak not to fight. I mean, goddamn, the pig is not that damn delicious. It's not.
But if I may, sir, as soon as they said it on Clubhouse, right? There was a room on Clubhouse about you can eat anything
you want to.
It was amazing how a person can hear that and return back to that so easily.
Right, but and that's the question I posed to the dude upstairs. I said, so you can eat a human? He was like, well, yeah, but I don't think you would want to because you go to jail. You see how dumb that sounds? Do you see how dumb that sounds? You see how dumb that sounds? He said something about the laws. I said, I wouldn't do this, God forbid, but I could punch you in your mouth and take all the money out your pocket right now. He said something about going to jail. I'm like, so why would I go to jail? Why am I going to jail if I'm allowed to do this? What are you talking about? This dude got up, lips twitching, all that kind of stuff. Man, we shamed him all the way upstairs. You got it.
So like it, sir, it's kind of intriguing that he would even think like, yeah, I could eat a human.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I don't think you would want, you can, but I don't think you would want to. I don't think, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And you know why he thinks he can do stuff like that? Because this particular person, because he has no morals. That sounded like somebody crazy, but because he has no morals, he like molested a child or something. He molested like a 16-year-old. He's on the that Delaware, the Delaware list for child molestation. Yeah. His name is on there.
So like he watched too much movies.
Too many.
Like it's like, so his mind frame. Let me get this right. Like he will eat a human if he had the opportunity to.
But I can't because I might go to jail. I'm pretty sure they would. I'm pretty sure they would. But you know what's crazy and what's crazy in that? What's crazy in that is the fact that you won't listen to the Lord tell you that you're not supposed to eat it, but you'll listen to your oppressor tell you you can eat it. That's foul.
So Salaki, and his way of thinking, if he didn't go to jail and it was a law that you could eat people,
he'll eat them.
they eat them.
Yep.
So that's
straight up. Straight up.
I just think what you're saying, that black people eat pig, but then they'll get upset when they find out that they're eating rat or cat at a Chinese food restaurant.
Oh my gosh. What's the difference?
Put everybody on blast.
What's the difference? What's the difference? That's funny. That's a great, man, that's rats and cats and dogs. Yeah, well, nigga, what's the difference with that pig? The pig is the same thing. It's unlawful, period. You know what's crazy? It's crazy that you said monkey because I threw monkey in. I said humans. I said monkeys. That's crazy. That's crazy that you said that. Because I went to the weirdest stuff that I got. Human. You could eat a human or a monkey, like something weird that you would. And he said yes. He said yes. He said yeah. Me and Tazai, I'm sitting right here. Both of us sitting right here.
It's like you said, what it is they really go too far. And they can't.
It's like you can't. You can't come back.
Yeah, they can't come back. They go too far. You know, I talk to them all the time. They go way down the rabbit hole, and it's just so far down there. They like, fuck. I might as well stay down here. Yes.
You're right. Yeah, you can do anything. No, you can't teach us that because, like the sister said, we'll take the sin in, and I think you just said this. We'll take the sin in and make it look good, or we'll enjoy it, or you know what I mean.
So like it, when the sister brought out, you know what I'm saying, that's just pride.
That's it.
And black people just got a ton of pride.
I had it.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said, we stiff neck and we don't want to be told anything. And God forbid we wrong. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me this. The earth is flat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, it's more islands and land, you know, outside of Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? There's giants in the valley. You know what I'm saying? These are things right here, you know, we jump off the deep end because, you know, we got to be right about something. And we heard someone else who haven't did that research. He's going off Esau, you know what I'm saying?
He's whatever he say.
Whatever he say. And then he bring the information out and then black folks just stand on it. No, he's right.
We just sit there and argue about it.
Because that's our pride.
Yeah, we just sit there and argue about it because we slaves. We ain't got nothing else to do. We don't own no ships that's gonna go up high enough to see the damn earth, or no plane that's gonna go up there to see the horizon, or none of that. And you can't see it. It's sitting in the back of spirit. So you'll never know. Who cares anyway?
So like I said, if I could read this precept,
you got it.
About pride. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin.
That's right. Pride is what?
For pride is the beginning of sin.
Pride is the beginning of sin.
And he that have it shall pour out abominations.
That's it.
And therefore,
go ahead. Good.
So and therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities.
Strange what?
Calamities. And overthrew them utterly.
And that's what it's about. We was overthrown, right? But the Lord is saying, the Lord is saying in the land of our captivity, we gonna remember who we are. That's what's going on here in this Baruch, right? We're remembering who we are. I'm gonna give it back to Matazi Allah because we're gonna finish out the Baruch, right? But this is what's going on. We're being destroyed because of this pride. And in between that. We've been destroyed because of the pride, right? But the Lord is saying, in this land where where you're a captive, where I made you a captive throughout the Hebrew, I appreciate it. You're going to remember who you are, right? Go ahead.
Come on. And from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord.
Right, that's the point. We're supposed to get in these scriptures and see how our father sinned and why captivity after captivity after captivity after goddamn captivity, we still wasn't getting it right. Still wasn't getting it right. We have to remember what happened when our father sinned. What happened when our father sinned, right? We kept going into captivity, all the way up to the goddamn Romans, and then Christ had to come in while we in captivity. I mean, we literally had to be redeemed back to the Most High, because the Most High was just like, you know what? I'm just finished with them. I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm done. Lord had to, we had to get a new covenant. Golly. We had it, man. Look. And so, but Esau got a lot of mediators. He got a lot of mediators, boy. He got a lot of people that bring you to him. So that we can remember our fathers, right? And how they sinned before the Lord. So we supposed to learn from our mistakes. Yeah, I think it burned out. We supposed to learn from our mistakes, right? Read on.
Come. Verse 34. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it. Right, and that's what I'm trying to get back to the land that was promised to me and my forefathers. Right now, it is trodden down by the Gentiles. That's what's going on right now. Right, you have a group of people there. Matter of fact, you don't have one group of people there. You have multiple groups of people there that claim a stake to the land that don't belong there. Right, because not only do the Ishes claim a stake in the land, the Palestinians as well. It's no difference. They don't belong there neither. It's horrible what Jewish people are doing to them. It's very horrible what Jewish people are doing to them, but that doesn't give them, a right or a claim to the land. And then what the scriptures say, my land's been parted out. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The scriptures say they have parted out my land. Yeah, it's been parted out. There's multiple people saying that they belong there and they don't. All right, but one day we're going to be back, right? Read on. And I will increase them. I will do what? And I will increase them. Right, the Lord is going to increase us, right? Read on. And they shall not be diminished. And we shall not be diminished. Read on. Verse 35. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, and they shall be my people. Right. And so the Lord we're fighting to not be diminished, man. I mean, golly, because Esau is trying to diminish us. Look, let me show you a book, right, that I have. And this is from the people that, Christians want to save everybody. They love everybody. And I'm going to show you who they trying to save and how these people feel about them, right? And look at this. Look at this right here. Can y'all see this book? It's called, let me see if they can see it. 10 Little Niggers. Good night. I should only have to show you the screen. I should only have to show you the front. And it's by the same people you get your college books from. McLaughlin. I remember getting books from McLaughlin. You remember, you ever heard of that name? McLaughlin. McLaughlin Brothers Publishing Company. New York.
right? And when you read in this book, it's a nursery rhyme about black boys. I'll read a page for you. I'm not gonna sing it though, but I'll read a page. And look, let me tell you something. You know what's crazy about it? They got the notes at the bottom. You can play it. You can play it. It's a song. It's literally a song. It's a 10 little nigger boys went out to dine. One choked his little self, and then there were 9. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. This is what they used to read their kids. This is what they used. I was like, good night, man. This is what they used to read their kids at night. 10 little nigger boys went out to dine. One choked his little self, and then there were 9. Wow, that's horrible, man.
Like
I think we might be good now. You see, it might be a little dot next to the paragraph. Oh yeah, I hear it now. Mm-hmm.
This is The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter Godwin Woodson.
Mm-hmm. Carter G. Woodson. Y'all know that Carter G. Woodson, he started Black History Week, which spawned into Black History Month. All right, go ahead.
This is page 23.
Uh-huh.
In the church, however, the Negro has had sufficient freedom to develop this institution in his own way.
Now, what was the book called? What's the book called again?
The Miseducation of the Negro.
The Miseducation. So he understands that Black people are being educated, but we're being miseducated. Right. So, and this is an outside person look. This is somebody that's not in the Christian, whether he's in the Christian church or not. He's able to look at the Christian church subjectively and say, this is what's going on. No, I'm too wild. This is what's going on in there, right? Go ahead from the top.
In the church, however, the Negro has had sufficient freedom to develop this institution in his own way.
Right. He's saying that the Black Christian church, we've had a sufficient amount of time, meaning a long amount of time to develop this church into something that's Black. Right? Read on.
But has failed to do so.
Has failed to do so. Why do you think we failed to do so? I mean, because we don't be in lighting a whole bunch of choirs and up there singing like, oh. So what is he talking about? That we were able to, make this thing different, but we failed to do so.
White Jesus.
Definitely white Jesus. What else? Doctrine. The doctrine that's coming out of this place. Right? Go ahead.
His religion is merely a loan from the whites.
What is it? What is Christianity?
Merely a loan from the whites.
That's what Christianity is. Your spirituality. My Jesus, my God, and whoever, like it's people's walking around the house talking about saved and sanctified and all that kind of stuff already.
If I could add, and it's so heavy because the word loan,
Mm-hmm.
it means something.
What does that mean?
It means something that you borrow, and at some point in time, you got to give it back.
That's what that means. It's a loan. At some point, it doesn't really belong to you.
So like in today's time, we've been educated alone in Esau.
A what?
A loan in Esau, you got to pay it back with interest.
I'm telling you. With interest. Yeah, right. Message. Brother on one. All right, go ahead.
His religion is merely a loan from the whites.
Right. It's a loan from the whites.
Who have enslaved and segregated the Negroes.
That's horrible. That's horrible. And you know what? If I was in the Christian church and I read that, that would make me rethink everything. And I would read it and be like, am I a sucker? I'm a sucker. God damn, I'm a sucker, man. I'll be sitting there like, man, I ain't no bitch, man.
Right.
Talking to my wait 1 minute. What you talking about, Carter, man?
Right.
Carter would have me in there going crazy with myself. Like, wait 1 minute, man. I ain't no bitch, Carter. And then I would be in there just like every other Israelite that wake up and go in there and start challenging the pastor. But fortunately for me, I had only been to church maybe less than 10 times before I came into the truth. I wasn't really like no big church. Like we used to sing on the choir when I was young, but that was once a week for like maybe 3 weeks or something. I don't know. My grandmama and grandpa had us in there forcing us to go to church. So, but that's all I can remember. It's all I can remember as far as church. And then growing up, being like around 18, and we'll tell y'all about our twin cousins who are now dead. One of them was a pastor, and you know, he was like a pimp pastor. The girls would come in there, run his bath with her, and have rings on every finger. His them gators, them boots, them gator shoes matched every outfit. And not only that, when we was in church, because he used us for a gimmick, he'd be like, "Yeah, my cousins, you see, they big and all that kind of stuff. They need to eat. They got to eat. I got to feed them." Yeah. And while he's sweating, let me tell you something. A girl jump up off of that first row, come up there with the washcloth that matched not only the gator and the suit. Yeah, contacts, all that. Pimp. Came from up north, went down there. Yeah, with that slick stuff. Lord don't like that, though. Guess where he at now? Out of here. And that's why it's important to teach your kids early. You can either teach your kids the right way, or you can teach your kids the wrong way. Now, they were bisexual, and I understood them, right, because one of them told me that what used to happen, that their parents, their mom was gay, and that their uncle used to come in there and mess with them. So. It's like you can either teach your kids show them the wrong way to go in life, or a positive way, right? And that's the big thing about us being in here and y'all bringing y'all kids and stuff. And so imagine if you bring your kids in here and then all of a sudden you teaching your kids know the salute, they know us, they know everybody in here, all the sisters and everything, and all the kids, and then you snatch them up out of here. You rip them away from the Lord, rip them away from the truth. That is crazy.
It was a story, if I could. My short time here, the brother, I don't want to say this city.
I think I know what you're talking about, though, but go ahead.
We went in the house to get the cover back. And take everything that was stored in his house out. And when we went in there, his younger brother was crying, sit on the couch, and I went to go dap him up. But he didn't dap us up. You know what I'm saying? He came outside, he was like, "Man, this messed up. This messed up. I don't want y'all to go. Like, I really love y'all." But his older brother was in the truth. And he was in the truth. He was like 15, 16. But he was rocking with us hardcore. And he was crying because his older brother was leaving the truth.
Damn. That gotta be rough, man. That got to be rough. And that's what you're teaching them, to be weak. That's basically what you're teaching your kids. Was somebody holding something or reading something?
We were reading.
Okay, go ahead. Salakia, my bad. You can start it from the top.
In the church, however, the Negro has had sufficient freedom to develop this institution in his own way, but has failed to do so.
Right.
His religion is merely a loan from the whites, who have enslaved and segregated the Negroes, and the organization, though largely an independent Negro institution.
Though this Christian church is a largely independent, what it said? It said it's largely independent Negro institution. Okay, go ahead.
Is dominated by the thought of the oppressors of the race.
Look, man, it's 1,000 of y'all niggas in there, but everybody teaching what Esau wants you to teach, what Esau wants you to learn. That is, you got it.
He said at the beginning.
He
said it's a freedom. We can be in there teaching about this.
But they don't want to.
But he says freedom. We had the option.
Yes, but failed to do so. That's crazy. So that them silly pastors, man. They the main ones that's telling black people to vote. They be the main ones out here pushing them campaigns, them vote campaigns. They're the main ones that usher in the whole LGBT stuff. Because I seen some interviews where they said the church is moving in a new direction. What the hell are you talking about? What is this new direction here? America is going to collapse from moral instability. It's just from the nastiness. America's gonna crumble just because of the nastiness, man. Yes, you know what I mean. Yeah, and you know what? Esau was mad when they let that girl go from Russia. Esau was mad because they let a black gay woman go when it was an option. But Russia has this white guy that's there. I think the white guy was a spy from here or something. And they were mad because they brought home the Brittany Jenner girl. That's her name? Griner. So like it, y'all. Brittany Griner versus this other dude. They was unhappy.
The prisoner that they wanted was based on the Lord of War. So Russia got him back.
Mm-hmm. Right. Russia got one like a top dude back.
Yeah, he was you remember? Yeah, you remember?
That's right.
The Lord of War with Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage played that guy.
Nicolas Cage played the guy that Russia got back.
Yeah.
So Russia got back a top-notch guy.
He sold all the guns
for a basketball player.
He sold all the guns, missiles, whatever you needed. If you needed that, that's what who that guy is.
And Republicans were mad. Well, America was mad that you would go and get a slave back and not somebody that we can use. She's not valuable to us. How is she valuable to us? However, that the spy that they have over there in Russia, they felt like that would have been an even trade. You didn't give us a gay basketball player back. What the hell are we gonna do with that?
He wasn't a spy.
That dude wasn't. I thought what was he then? They said he was something. They said he
sold guns.
No. The one that they want from the American dude that they would rather have instead of Brittany Griner.
So like
he was a spy or something.
No, he wasn't a spy. He was a reporter.
He was a reporter? I could have sworn they said he was a spy.
No, he was a reporter.
He's charged.
Okay, we just say he's a reporter. I'll just do that because I ain't stupid. Yeah, I ain't stupid.
He's in
Guess what? My third eye is open. That stuff sounds stupid, man. My third eye, man, get the hell out of here.
Supposedly he's a quote unquote
reporter
that did something over there.
Yeah. Man, look, them Russians ain't stupid. They know you over here with a whole bug system in that camera. You recording and you sending it right back to America. We know what you're doing. That's why you in the jail. All right. Could you any more on that?
There's a little bit more on that paragraph.
Go ahead.
The educated Negro minister is so trained as to drift away from the masses and the illiterate preachers into whose hands the people inevitably fall, are unable to develop a doctrine and produce of their own.
Damn. So, man, you could drop that right there. The black pastor is useless. He's useless. He's freaking useless. We all in his hands, and he's unable to produce a doctrine that's going to save us, anything that's going to be beneficial to us. Why? Because he's just worried about we see the black pastors like Mark Burns, they had that Negro, Donald Trump used to have him come up there when he would do them speeches, and Mark Burns would be like, Trump, yeah, sickening, very, very sickening. Okay. Now, even though we see those Negroes acting like that, even though that's the doctrine of the Christian church, we still can't succumb to that, right? We still can't follow that. Why? Because it's still a test for us too, whether we know it or not. Even though we understand that we in the truth, they start making the world look more and more fun every day. Yeah, it'd be looking fun out there, don't it? Turn on the TV, people doing all types of stuff out there, but it's still a test for you. Why are we around these people? Why are we here in America, right? And the Lord is allowing all this fun stuff to go on around us, knowing that Esau is horrible, knowing that East Indians is horrible, Arabs is horrible, and all that stuff. Why is the Lord not destroying these people? You got it.
To test that, sir.
Right. It's the same reason why we was in the wilderness for 40 damn years. Was in the wilderness for 40 years. It was a test. And guess what? We was failing out there too.
Right.
We was out there like, Moses, what the hell you bring me out here in this wilderness for? Man, at least in Egypt, I could have had a pot of food. Right. I wouldn't be hungry right now. You got my dogs hurting my feet. I've been walking for I don't know how long now. And you ain't gave the command to stop yet. Right? We was out there complaining. And that's what was going on. If somebody could give me Deuteronomy 8:2.
I was just going to read.
You got a scripture?
The precept for.
Let me get it.
That's going to be in Judges. So let me get there. 1 second.
We talking about that 3 and 1? Mm-hmm. We can go there first, and then get the Deuteronomy 8:2.
Mm-hmm. The book of Judges, chapter 3, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now these are the nations which Yahweh left to prove Israel by them.
Right. Hold on. If somebody can, somebody else grab Deuteronomy 7:3. Baba Kushah. Thank you. Go ahead.
Even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan.
Right. Start that from the top one more time.
The book of Judges, chapter 3, verse 1.
Right.
Now these are the nations which Yahweh left to prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan.
Right.
Continue.
Oh, that was it? Hold on. Let me see something. Cause I think it's some more on there. I think I was about to say. I think you can go down some more, huh? Oh yeah, keep going. You can keep going.
Straight to verse 4.
You could just keep rocking out. Just keep rocking. I'll tell you when to stop.
Verse 2. Only that the generations of the children of Israel might know, to teach them war, at the least such as before knew nothing thereof.
Right. There were now these are the nations which the Lord left, right? To prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan. So there's Israelites here that don't know the wars of Canaan, but still around these damn other heathens that's there to prove them. They don't know why these people are there, but that these people are there. Okay. Only that the generations of the children of Israel might know. So now it's so that everybody can know and to teach them, right? It's our job to teach them more, at the least, such as before knew nothing thereof, right? Because they didn't know before. Read on.
Namely, 5 lords of the Philistines, and all the Canaanites, and the Sidonians, and the Hivites that dwelt in Mount Lebanon, from Mount Baal Hermon unto the entering of Hamath. Verse 4. And they were to prove Israel by them, to know whether they would hearken unto the commandments of the Lord, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moses.
It said, hold on. It says, and they were to prove Israel, right? These nations, right, were to prove Israel, to know whether they would hearken, to know whether we would listen to the commandments of the Lord, which he commanded our fathers by the hand of Moses. Read on. That's self-explanatory. I don't have to say anything. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, Hittites, and the Amorites, and Perizzites, and Hivites, and Jebusites, and they took their daughters to be their wives.
What did we do?
Took their daughters to be their wives.
Did it look like we was passing the test or failing? It's horribly. Failing horribly. Right? Who holding that Deuteronomy? If you could get that, just hold that where you at, and I'm gonna show you why we're failing horribly. Because Deuteronomy, Judges come after Deuteronomy, right? Judges is after Deuteronomy.
The book of.
So we're still gonna come back to Judges, but I just want to show you something real quick, right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Matter of fact, can you start at 1? Salaki.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hast cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites.
These are all the same people, same nations that was named in Judges, the 5th chapter, right? I mean, the 5th verse right here, right? Go ahead.
And the Jebusites,
Mhm.
7 nations greater and mightier than thou. Verse 2, and when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee,
Mhm.
thou shalt smite them.
Kill them, right? Smite them. Go ahead, destroy them.
And utterly destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
Make no covenants with these people, right? What do we do now today? We try to make a covenant with every goddamn body. And if Africa can have their way, we'll be all back in Africa, slaves under them. Right? Why do you think they're trying so hard to get Negroes to come back? Trying to make Africa look so attractive. Then as soon as you get there, what you think? It ain't gonna be no Bushmen to come and snatch you in the middle of the night? You and your rib, you over there sleeping comfortably in the hut. What you think's gonna happen? Come on now, man. Go ahead, read on.
Nor show mercy unto them.
And nor don't show mercy to these people. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 3, neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Mm-hmm.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Right. Don't give your daughters to their filthy sons. Go ahead.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
And for the life of me, I don't want my son to have no Hamite. Right? Because I had one in my nursing class. Right. And she came in there one day and I said, Lord have mercy. Now, this is they make deodorant for situations like this. You see what I'm saying? It is no way a woman should smell like that. 20-something, get 30 at best. No way you should be smelling like that, man. That was horrible. And we was all sitting there like, God damn. School, and then when you in like a school setting or something like that, it makes it just intensifies it. It's like, God damn, a woman. No, Lord, I'll listen to you. And not to take none of them little women to my son, and I would never give my daughter to no heathen. Right? Read on.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 4.
Oh no, but look, that's what it's saying. It named these same people, and it said, do not give your daughters to their sons, and do not take their daughters to your sons. But when we get over to Judges, right? This is after Joshua, this is after Caleb. Now we in the time of the Judges. And so we're around these people.
You still want Deuteronomy 8?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that one in 1 second. So this is in the time of Judges, right? And so this is in the time of Judges. Matter of fact, we didn't have a king or anything like that. This is before Saul, I believe, right? And you see these same nations that was mentioned in Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter, how the Lord told us that these people are going to be there, but do not mix and mingle with these people. What the hell is going on in Judges, the 3rd chapter and the 6th verse? Mixing and mingling with those same people the Lord said don't do it with. Hard-headed, right? Verse 6, it says, and they took their daughters to be their wives and gave their daughters to their sons. And then what? We served other gods. That's the Lord told us that was going to happen. Right. He told us, look, do not do this because they're going to turn your heart away from me. And you're going to serve that. You're going to have that ugly sweater on. You ever seen a Negro with a Christmas sweater on? Oh, Lord. Like, yeah, he got a white woman at the house. But then now, he might not even have a white woman. Black people trying so hard to have that white Christmas. They trying hard. Like, what's this whole, everybody got the same pajamas on and everybody wake up wearing the same stuff. That is crazy nonsense. I think you Thanksgiving. This
what do you do? Not Thanksgiving. It's
Friendsgiving. I heard that. I think I heard that before.
Friendsgiving is
Yeah,
something
some
that
people
they
at
can't-
work had a.
Yeah, something that people can't do on Thanksgiving and I need doing on Fridays now. Friendsgiving.
Oh.
They bring all this, stuff like Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Don't celebrate on Thanksgiving, but it's something that's like add on to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's how my cousin is too. We used to have a school. The school used to be in the first building that we was in was connected to they had a shop. So she see us up there teaching and all that kind of stuff. And she still celebrate holidays, man. She still celebrate holidays. She just do it 2 days early or 2 days later. You think you beating bucking the system. Look, man. When Christ come back, we'll see if the 2 days before, the 2 days after work for you. Anyway, but you got it.
It's like, as time goes on,
Mhm.
like what I see is like as time went on, like the generation before
Mm-hmm.
okay, how can I put this? Like the younger generation
Mm-hmm.
got more weaker and got more subjected to accept customs that the older generation
Mhm.
should have been more stern
Mhm.
with the younger generation. And you can see it today,
Mhm.
time.
It's like we damn near fixing it. We got to be the ones to fix it.
The older generation have to
Mhm.
fix it. You know what I'm saying? Set the standard.
Because if not, the same thing is going to happen for the ones that's on the lean.
Right.
That's the big thing with our kids right now. That lean culture. That just dumb high culture. I remember seeing this young boy, I think his name was King. He'd be like, yeah, you niggas is broke. Yeah. Some. Man, this dude was on live like this. Literally. You know how you start waking up? You know how you like in your little, waking up and people was on live watching him sleep, like watching him in a stupor. Yeah, that's crazy. And I'm like, damn, how high do you want to be? He's the one that I think they bloods, right? And he had the dude in between his legs. And he had the dude in between his legs and hitting the dude. It was two dudes in there with him. One was sitting in between his legs like this. And he was like, the dude in between his legs trying to, show how hard he is. Like, I'll F you up. I'll shoot you in the face. This ain't gay. I'm a gangster and I'll shoot you in your face. But I'm just sitting in between this man's legs. That's this culture. It's a gay, like, what they call them? We used to call them homo thugs. I don't know what they call them now, but that's what we used to call them. We used to call them homo thugs.
Gangstalicious.
That's funny. That's funny. Man. But yeah, but that's just how it is, man.
So like it, that drug that everybody getting hooked on.
What's that?
Hooked up to now is they adding that show Saturday Night the Captain shot them dead.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. They adding instead of fentanyl.
It's not fentanyl. It's fake.
No, it's fentanyl, and then he adding the horse tranquilizer.
We were just talking about that today.
Yeah, they adding
in class because we was talking about K&A. We was talking about K&A today.
Yes, they adding horse tranquilizer to it.
Yeah, it's not even. You can't even give them Narcan.
Right.
Because Narcan is to reverse the effects of opioids.
Right.
But it ain't doing nothing. You give them the Narcan, bang, and they still
can't. And
can't wake up.
It's the horse tranquilizer.
It's the horse tranquilizer.
And the horse tranquilizer was incorporated back then with the heroin.
Mm-hmm.
But now, it went away for a certain period of time. But now they incorporate it back with fentanyl, and it's making them
they just
way crazy with making them more vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. Man, look, let me tell you something. It's crazy how you brought that up because I was actually in class today talking about this with my teacher, and because my teacher is one of those ladies who she's like with part of this group, and the group goes down to K&A and they like maybe feed them and like try to provide little medical services and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because she's a nurse, she get with a little team of nurses. And so I think I was talking to the students about like, yo, we about to go down there and feed you know, just a shameless plug or whatever, because most of the people that I'm in class with all stay in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, and around that area. And so, so I'm telling them, yeah, we're gonna be out there, whatever, like that. And then that's what she started talking about, how the drugs it's not heroin, and it's not fentanyl. It's a synthetic fentanyl and some other, and the horse tranquilizer that they mixing with it. Yeah, I don't know if it's ketamine, because I know that's a horse tranquilizer too.
It's started with a K.
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds crazy.
It's something like that. But that's a horse tranquilizer. It's the shit it's made for a horse.
Yeah.
It's made to knock a horse out. So imagine a person. There's everybody. What it say? What's that scripture say? There's a flesh made for this and a flesh made for that. You know, there's a certain type of flesh that the fish have. There's a certain type of flesh that big horse got. And that's not the same type of flesh you got. And they need ketamine to make him go to sleep. What you think that's going to do to you? You injecting it into your veins, man. It's going to put you down. And like I said, Narcan. Usually, because when they talk to us about Narcan, they teach you that when you go to administer Narcan, you administer Narcan, but then you back up. Why? Because they wake up. Not in all cases, but in some cases they wake up fighting. Why? You just took away their high. You just reversed the high. You see what I'm saying? It's messed up. I know. It's like, damn. Why would they be mad? Because you just brought them back to life. Yes, you just messed up the high. Remember on what you call? My man smoked the joint, and then the dude was coughing, and he fell out and died. And they was like, yo, pass that. That's essentially how it is. They want to be so high that they damn near dead. And if you take away that death from them and give them life, he might wake up and punch you in your mouth. And this is the nurses. These white ladies is telling us, back up. You might get hit in your mouth.
They might say thank you.
You might get hit. You would think they would say thank you, but you taking away the high of a lifetime. You know?
Salakia, sir, I didn't know that death was the high for lifetime.
For them, yeah, that one that take you to the brink, they like, oh, they down there dying, halfway dead, riding that high. You take that away, he like, what did you just do? What happened? Who cut the lights on? Bro, you know what I'm saying? Who cut the lights on? What happened? And that's a shame, right? And that's a shame. And but it's like that. Why? It's like that because of the oppressor. How the hell is they getting ketamine? Why are they dope addicts anyway? Why? How is that the heroin from the poppy fields in Afghanistan getting here? To make it to Kensington and Allegheny? That place is crazy, boy. Yeah, it's real bad. And so, you know, the little level of care that we are able to provide means a lot. You know, means a lot. And if I can get off that day, then I'll take my medical bag. You know what I'm saying? I'll take my medical bag. Somebody fall out or something, I'll try to do something for you. I don't got no Narcan though. You know what I mean? I don't got no Narcan because I keep missing my appointment, right? Because I'm in school. So like they have them at weird times, and then every time I gotta go, I'm like, I can't make it there. But you gotta sit through an hour class, and they give you like this bag, and it got like Narcan in it. So if you out in the city and somebody fall the hell out, you can, you know, administer the Narcan to save their life, even if they don't want you to.
Is that like almost like smelling salt?
Narcan, is it like, well, smell it? I don't know if it's like smelling salt. No. Mm-mm. Yeah. The smelling salt. I seen people. I don't really know too much about smelling salt. I just seen people smell it and then just go. You know, like people would smell it right before they lift weights. So that's the only thing I know about smelling salts. That's what I think that's what we're talking about, right? Is that stuff? I see them and smell it and then go and then lift 1,000 pounds. It could be. Could be, but what was they using the smelling salts for?
Smelling salt, sometimes you had a concussion.
And it wake you up. That might be what they're using it for focus.
Oh, it makes you. I know I have seen people who on football.
Yeah,
they do the smelling salt, but it makes you more alert.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, because I've seen dudes walk up to that bar, smell something, and just be focused. Yeah, and just lift it. Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's sniffing. Smelling salts. Well, how about bath salts? Man, that bath salts will have you out there eating somebody's face off, right? That's what the dude was doing. Out down in Miami, biting somebody's face. It's crazy. This is just chewing somebody's face off, right? You can go ahead and read the scripture that you was holding. We'll just get a couple more and get up out of here.
Come on, Casa. Would you like me to start at chapter verse 1?
Yeah, you can start at verse 1.
Come on, Casa. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 1. All the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe to do.
Very simple. Observe to do all the commandments that we was told to do. It's not hard, right? Go ahead. And matter of fact, we the ones that said we was gonna do it. Right? When we was at that, and I'm saying we, because y'all already know I can talk to y'all like that. You know we was here before. So when we was at that damn mountain, we said, yeah, we agreed to this. We made the covenant. We agreed to everything that Moses is saying right now. We already agreed. Go ahead.
That ye may live and multiply.
That we may, so do everything that he said do, so that we may live and multiply. Read on.
And go in and pose the land which the Lord swore unto your fathers. Verse 2. And thou shalt remember all the ways which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness to humble thee.
We don't even know about them 40 years. We don't know about them 40 years. I think the Christian church I think people in the church may know about we was in the wilderness for 40 years, but they don't know why or the extent of what was going on out there. Right? That's a long time to be walking. That's a long test. That's a long test. And everybody was failing. Go ahead.
Well, it might have been a long time though, but the Lord knew that we had a lot of crap coming.
That's it. A lot of stuff we got to shed the hell off.
Yeah, he had to really humble us too. You know what I'm saying? He had to wait for, some of the people that was hard-headed to die off, you know what I'm saying, from some sort of disease in the wilderness or something. He didn't need some time for that stuff to get out of our system. You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy thing about it is like, for real, like spiritually, like this is a wilderness right here in America for us. This is like hell. You know what I'm saying? This is supposed to be a spot where we're supposed to humble ourselves and we're like, yo, we got to do better to go back to the Lord.
It is. And I agree with you, right? Because why? What does scripture say? This is not our place of rest. It's not, although we try to, make this place very comfortable and very delicious to, and to live in, very comfortable. It's not our place of rest. We should not be this comfortable here in America, right? You could. Was there more on that? Okay, you can grab that. Somebody give me Jeremiah 6:13. Go ahead, you got it.
And prove to thee to know what was in thine heart.
To know what we were damn thinking. Go ahead. And what we was thinking. We was thinking hoes, right? That's what we was doing, sleeping with the Hivites women and the Jebusites women. Yeah, that's what you was thinking. Yeah, and then guess what? Our women was thinking the same thing. They sleeping with the damn African men, ham and cheese, right? Go ahead.
Whether thou wouldn't keep his commandments or no.
Right, to see if we was going to keep the commandments or see if we wasn't going to keep them. And so we already see the answer to that. You know, we wasn't gonna keep them. We still don't want to. We fight to not. We have people that go in the clubhouse into the, what does it say? What was the name of the our room? The One West.
The New Testament, the Gentiles in the New Testament aren't Israelites.
What's our room called?
Oh, One West World.
Yeah, so you got Nick Rose that are going to One West World to tell people that you ain't got to follow no damn laws. It's crazy. It's foolish. Who raised? What my man say? Who raised you? Who raised you, man? What's wrong with you, man? Raised you. I know who raised me. I tell you that much. Commander General Yohana, man. And this school right here, gotta be right. You know what I'm saying? Verse. Oh, you could drop that. Somebody give me the Jeremiah 6 and
13.
But we'll go down to 14.
Not out of one kind. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people.
Matter of fact, yeah, you can go up to 13. It's a lot, Hebrew.
Jeremiah 6 and 13. For from the least of them, even unto the greatest of them, everyone is given to covetousness.
Right. And from the least of Israel, from the least of black people to the greatest of black people, right? So from the people sitting in the chairs out there in the Christian church in the back of the in the back of the church, all the way up into the dude who's sitting in the pulpit teaching them that bull s, right? All are sinning. Go ahead.
And from the prophet even unto the priest, everyone dealeth falsely. Verse 14. They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace.
Right, there is no peace. That's all Esau has to do is say, peace, peace, I love everybody. And then we'll back up and we'll be easy. But it really ain't no peace. He's saying peace, peace. But as soon as we turn our back, we constantly keep. You know how many daggers we got in our back? How many butcher's knives we got in our back? How many forks, pens, pencils? Yeah, every time he say peace, peace, we be like, oh, okay, it's over this time. Things about to change. Turn right around. Like, we just crazy, man. Back bleeding. Can you drop down to verse 16?
Verse 16. Thus saith Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths.
That's what we have to do. If you are unsure of anything, right? If you are unsure of anything, what you do is you stand ye in the way and see and ask for the old path. So what I do is, I don't need to try to reinvent the wheel, right? I know what I see what the men that before me do and how they did things and how they go to camp and how they speak and how they handle, debates and how they handle scoffers. And all I had to do was stand in the way and ask for the old path. I don't need to come up with nothing. I just stand there and watch Captain Tazariak and see the path that he took, or, Commander General Yohana, watch his path. And then I see the path. I see the path of the Christian. I see that path. I'm like, no, I don't want to go down that one. That one's what they say? Would they say that path is wide to destruction? Do not want that path. Hell no. I'm gonna walk this one. This narrow one. This one narrow. Only enough space for me to walk down this little path of mine, right? I can't walk down it with you, Kohal. There's not enough room. Right? We can't fit in here together. Right? I'm walking down my path. You walking down your path. We still walking down the same path, though, nevertheless, to freedom, right? To righteousness, to everything that's good. But there is a path that leads to destruction. And it looks fine. It looks cool. Look, there's big booty girls on the way. It's basketball courts. It's rap music. Let me just not say everything. Because, all that stuff isn't just totally. But you know what I'm saying. It seems tempting. It seems fun. It seems everything, right? And it would be real easy to just go down that road because you see everybody, man. That road is filled with everybody. All your homeboys on that road. You know what I'm saying? Auntie is on that road too. Yep. But nevertheless, we have to stand in the way and ask for the old path. Read on.
Where is the good way?
Right, because these ways, these old paths that I'm looking for, that you looking for, that we're looking for, is the good way. Right, read on.
And walk therein.
Right, and that's what we're supposed to do. Walk on that path. Right. Don't ask where the path is if you ain't gonna walk the path.
Right.
Don't ask for the counsel if you ain't gonna follow it.
Right.
You know how many people do that? Yeah. Ask for counsel and then you still see them in trouble. God damn, I guess you didn't follow it. You wouldn't be in this predicament if you would have listened, right? But read on.
And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
Right, that's how we find the rest for our soul. Okay, go ahead. Finish that out.
But they said,
what did they say?
We will not walk therein.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the Christian church say. Like, we're telling you what the path to walk, right? We're telling you what to do, but they say, nah, we're not going to walk that path. Right, we're going to walk this path that goes against God. God said, all right, don't do this. Don't do this. We're going to walk down a path that says you can do this. God says, I only love these people. We're going to walk down a path and, I don't know, bring the people that he hate with us. Like, they do everything that goes against it. Why? Because they don't want to walk down the straight and narrow path that's good, right? Read on.
Verse 17. Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken.
That's what we out there doing, right? We said, you better listen. You better listen to Tazia when Tazia get up there and tell you, whatever he telling you on that microphone. Yashamad, Kohal, you'll be up there one day, right? Lord allow. Mataziyala, when they up there, they are raising their voice like a what? Trumpet. These are the trumpets that are sounding when we out there every Saturday. Right now, there's a trumpet sounding. And most of the black communities don't listen to the trumpet. They don't want to hear it. Nigga, what is you talking about? Tazaiwan was up there, right, talking, and it was like an older lady. You would think that she would, be with us. She would understand what the hell we saying. Instead, she up there talking about finances. What the hell is you talking about, lady? You too old for that. Talking about what we need to do with our money, lady. We got plenty of money in the black community. Did y'all read? We have the power. We have $1 trillion spending power. We have the power to make or break a company. Right though. You know what I'm saying? Them black pies don't taste that good. Or so we seem, or so we think, right? When the black pies are very delicious, we just want the white onlys.
It's that saying that say white ice is colder.
Get the hell out of here. Damn, I know. White ice is colder.
White ice is
Golly.
colder.
Martin thought that pie was good too. He thought that pie was super delicious. Y'all seen it. He ran on Life. He ran over there to go get that damn pie. Right. Eat it, burning his damn mouth for that pie. He is ready to risk it all for that pie, man. The white only pies. Them people was there, and they made sure they told him there was white only pies too. They was like, you can't get these pies. Would they say, you better leave before I turn you into a nigga pie? Remember, that's like, how much money to turn one of these white pies into a nigga pie? They said, you better get on out of here before I turn you into a nigga pie. They ain't care about no damn money. Get out of here. Anyway, with that being said, that's dipped up out of here. Somebody, I'll pass the class over to Precinct Officer Knock. Get out of here, bro. She got up at the end. There you go. There you go. You call out Precinct Officer Thashiem.
This is ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brother, new sister. When a new brother, new sister come into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. If you need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if you have interest in a particular person, seek counsel from the head. Tithing, which is a commandment. Numbers 18, 18 to 21, and Malachi 3, 8 through 10. Ma'asharah means 10 in Hebrew. That's 10% of anything that the Lord gives to you. All right? Preach fund. It's not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. All right? Up and bring that bottle. You got a bottle, give that bottle just as well. All right? Up and coming Holy Convocation. We got the Feast of Purim. That would be, what's interesting about the Feast of Purim, if I may, it's the 12th month of the year. So the Feast of Purim is actually giving us a timetable to show us that that's the last one of the year.
Right.
And it's the 14th and the 15th day, which is March 5th and March 6th. All right. And that will be held down in Smyrna, Delaware. That's Delaware South. That's 202 North DuPont Boulevard. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, pants, scarf, headband, and saying that, Amijum, we're going to give the brothers a courtesy salute. Amijum Shabbat. Amijum, Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatuh. Yahya Matah. Sorry, this turn. We're going to face the sisters. Amijum. Sisters stand. We're going to get a sister a courtesy salute. Amijum Shabbat. Amijum, Barak.
Yahweh Shamar, Athon Hashem Yahushua.
Yahya Matah, class dismissed.
Kum Dashala!